Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Hope you all are doing really well. So today's video is a little bit of a craft video. So if you're interested in seeing what I'm going to be putting together, if it's not kind of self-explanatory from the setup I have here, then definitely continue to watch. Okay, so today I'm actually going to be blinging out a pen. So if you haven't seen my previous video, I kind of did a little bit of a rant in the video, which is not normal for me on my channel. I do from time to time, but I feel like it's okay to kind of let your hair down and just kind of have a conversation. So if you haven't seen that, I'm gonna go ahead and link it up in the cards for you to go ahead and check out. But I actually was testing out my whole process last night and trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and I was surprised to find that this was going pretty quickly. So this is the pen that I have started blinging out, and I'm actually going to go ahead and finish it out on camera. So this is one of my extra ink toy gels. I have a good bit of them in different colors. My favorite ones specifically are the black and blue black. Blue black is like my #1 favorite, so that's the one that I have the most, I would say, or second most of in my backups collection. So I said, you know what, I want to just bring them out and just make them look a little bit different. Even though it's the same color, I wanted to just kind of try my hand at bling a pen. So if you notice, I've gone ahead and I've removed where the clip was. So a part of being able to bling or resin pens is you have to remove the clip. So I basically just cut it off. It's very easy to do. And then after you cut it off, you want to go ahead and remove the pieces of the pen. So the pieces should be about 4 pieces that should come out. You should have your ink, or 5 if you count the spring, the click, the tip of the pen, and then the other little part that goes within the little clip part. And be mindful that this is oiled up. I have like an oil residue on my fingers now, so I'm gonna have to like clean that off. You do want to have a sanding band, bit, whatever you want to use. So you can use a nail file to do this as well. I do my own nails, so I have plenty. Most of the supplies I already had. The only thing I had to get was the glue, the trays to hold it, and the stone. So that was, it kind of worked out in my favor for me to have everything. So basically what I did was I went ahead and I filed down, because there would be like a little bump right here from where the clip is. So you're going to file that down, and after you file it down, you basically want to go ahead and clean your pen of oils. So to clean the pen of oils, what I did is I just used these little alcohol pads. You can get them from anywhere. I got mine from Sam's Club because they come in a big box. I like to have these around because you just never know when you're out and about. You could drop your phone. You may need something like really small and compact to maybe wipe something down or wipe your hands with. Alcohol swabs are good for disinfecting things. So I have this also on standby because I may need it in a minute to rub this back down. You will need something to pick up your rhinestones. This I already had, again, because I do my nails, and when I do put gems on my nails, this is what I use. I'm actually getting ready to buy a backup because this one was actually given to me. I didn't purchase it. It was given to me when I had my nail channel, which is actually still up. I haven't removed it at all, but on YouTube. And so this was gifted to me by a company. And so I already had this, but again, I'm going to be purchasing another one. This is a tray. This is optional. You don't need this. You could literally put it on paper towel, but I would suggest if you're going to put it on something, make sure it's something that can corral the stones and make it easy. You can get this off Amazon. I got a set of 3, which I talked about in my previous haul video. Well, a set of 3 different types. And in that set, it also came with a scoop. So I used this to scoop inside of my bag of stones. You will need your bag of stones. I got these from Amazon as well. I was going to get like the big set, but I didn't know how this was going to go for me. So I was like, let me just get a little bag. This is a bag of 3,000 stones, and this is in the color, it's just purple. These are AB stones, by the way. And these are actually a SS12, which is a 3mm. I have seen people do this with bigger. I have seen people do this with smaller, but the consensus is the 3mm or SS12 is the way to go. So you could go to SS10, you can go all the way up to SS14. It just depends on your personal preference. I have to say, since I already had SS12 stones in another color, I just went ahead and went with this one because I just felt like it was easier to show, if that makes sense. And I've got an idea to actually where's that pen at, to bling out another pen. A lot of people have this pen, and I think this is another one that I want to try my hand at blinging out, just to see if it will work, because I actually had to put a grip on these pens, because when you wear lotion with these, they tend to kind of move and slide out of the hand or down the hand, at least mine. So I put a grip on it. So I think I'm going to bling out that pen at another time. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. This is actually fairly simple. I'm gonna speed through a good bit of this. I did talk about, you know, in my previous video that I would do a little bit more chit-chatting videos, and I did get some feedback on that. Some of you was like, yeah, let's do a little chit-chat video. And y'all, I'm scooping this right. Why did they just waste? Like literally one just hit the floor. If you are doing this, let's say for like a business, like of course I could do this for my business and sell them, but if you want to try your best not to lose any stones. I don't have a clue where that went, but I'm gonna just seal the bag back up, and I'm gonna give this tray a little shake. I chose this tray because when I go to put them in the bag, they will fall forward, and it just makes it easier. Again, I have 3 other trays, so I just kind of move it around just to make sure that most of the stones are standing with the top up. All right, so I have my glue here, and I just have it in this little squeezy tube bottle, which I bought these years ago to use my fabric glue in, and it just did not work out. So I'm so thankful that I already had these, because it's better than to use the tip. So this is the glue that I am actually using. You can use whatever glue you want. I have seen people use resin as well. However, most of the consensus with bling pens is to use a glue and not a resin, because the resin can kind of cloud the stones up depending upon how you do it. So this is the glue that I'm using, and I just transferred it into, which is Gem Tac, by the way. I just transferred it into this bottle, which again I already had. Most everything I already had. The only thing I bought was the stones, the glue, and the little trays to actually hold it. And again, the set that I bought came with a little scooper. I do have a little T-pen here. If you're not familiar with T-pens, you see them a lot of times in office settings, like if you have like, what do you call this, in cork boards, and you need to like stick them into the cork board, or fabric cubicles. I used to have a fabric cubicle back in the day, so I bought a few of these to kind of use, because I would have to take documents down, so I would hook the documents onto these. So I have that just in case I needed to move anything around. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I have paper towel down. Even though I have something protecting my work surface, I still have paper towel down just to be on the safe side, because I don't want too much of a mess on this backing, because it's new. So I've got my glue here, and then what I do is I store it in my little pen holder, which is in front of me, and it stores it at an angle so that the glue is already ready to go. So I'm just gonna squeeze, if I can get the little, this is the little cap that keeps getting in my way. I just have to deal with it. So I'm going to squeeze just a little bit, and there's a few different methods to doing this. Some people dot it on, but you can dot it on, which I find that just uses a little bit less glue, and it also keeps the stone from getting too cloudy. So like if you look at the bottom down here, for whatever reason, I was using the tip last night because I couldn't find the little glue bottle in my stash, but for whatever reason it basically made down here a different color than these, which is kind of different. These stones are, as you can see, on the purple side, but it does also depend on your base. So like if I had spray painted this white, these stones would come out way more purple. But I kind of wanted to just try this out. This again is my first attempt. I think when I do this again, I will most likely spray paint the base white, but you can use any color you want. I do have to say, depending on the temperature in the area you're working in, is how quickly this glue is going to dry. I did have my heater on behind me when I was doing this last night, and I noticed that this was drying relatively quickly. Like literally even just sitting here, this is drying pretty quickly. So I have to say I do like the glue, and I'm gonna try my best. I've been trying to squeeze in an extra stone From time to time it does work, and sometimes it does not. Like this is an instance where it's not working. So I'm going to try to like move the stones around. I am doing a honeycomb method, and the honeycomb method is where you stagger, so your stones will kind of go at a little bit of an angle. So like for example, I'm going to put this dot of glue, which I hate when I turn it up because then it, like all the glue goes back to the top. But if you notice kind of where I'm placing my dots, even though I'm kind of dotting a little bit closer, and you can also do this method here where you just drag a line, which there's nothing wrong with doing that either. But I'm kind of placing the dots where I really want that stone to be placed at. So I'm gonna go back over it. But when I say honeycomb, if you see, I'll have to zoom you guys in a little bit more. Okay, so if you see kind of sort of where my stone has that little gap in between, so there's like a little space, you know, in between each stone. Unless you have really small stones, you're going to have a little bit of a gap. So basically what I'm doing is I'm placing the next stone where the top of those two stones. So like you're building a pyramid. That's kind of like the honeycomb method. So I'm just going to keep basically blinging this pen out. Okay, you guys, so I blinged out the entire pen. As you can see kind of how much I had from here to there, and I think it turned out pretty well. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry, and I'll come back and show you. Pretty much, it's already looking like the final product, but I'll show you what it looks like after it's dry.